What's good? I asked you guys on Twitter what video I should film today, either a chatty get ready with me or a makeup tutorial with a voiceover, and the response was overwhelmingly a chatty get ready with me. And I thought this would be a really good time to like reconnect with you guys and kind of like let you guys know how I'm doing, because I haven't uploaded a vlog in a really long time, because I usually upload vlogs every Sunday. But lately, like in the month of May, I'm just doing like this Asia the Asian Does Asian Thing series, so like there have been no vlogs this entire month. And so I just figured that I would like give you guys like a little update, like how I'm feeling, how I'm doing. The look that I'm gonna recreate is the look in this video, my smoothies video. A lot of you guys were like, oh my god, I love your makeup. Literally no one asked for a tutorial, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Anyway, I'm going to start off with my primer. This is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. But anyway, where should I begin? First of all, I never really tell anyone this because it's like nobody's business, but at the end of the year, I'm pretty sure like I fell into depression. I would say like the middle of the year to like the beginning of the year was 2016 just was really not a good year for me. Emotionally, mentally, physically, it just wasn't a good year. And I say like I probably fell into depression just because I don't know, because I don't have a therapist, I don't have a doctor that I was going to. It was whatever it was, I just wasn't myself. Like I just felt so unmotivated and just so helpless, I guess. And there were a lot of days, like a lot of people talk about like taking depression naps or whatever, but for me, it was just, there would be hours where I would literally just lay in my bed and stare at the ceiling because I just felt so useless and hopeless and just so unmotivated, and I felt like I wasn't really going anywhere. I wasn't growing on YouTube as fast as I wanted to. I didn't book any acting jobs last year, which was like really hard for me because like, I don't know, it's hard to like put your all into a creative profession and then like not be able to do anything. Like when I don't know, I just felt like there were no opportunities. It's hard to put into words how I was feeling, but like 2016 just wasn't a good year for me. By the way, I'm using the Hourglass Immaculate foundation because the Ordinary foundation is just too dark on me. But anyway, I just like woke up this morning and I was writing in my journal because I usually like to write in my journal every day. Like when I wake up, I usually like to write 2 to 3 pages, like as my morning pages or whatever. And I was writing in my journal, and for some reason, I just felt like an overwhelming feeling of like gratitude and happiness. Like I just woke up with such a really positive attitude, and I woke up feeling really just, I don't know, positive and happy and grateful for like all the things that were going on in my life. And then while I was writing that journal entry, I decided like, oh, how was I feeling on May 21st, 2006? And so I went back in my journal, and the first thing, like within the first paragraph, I was so like, I had just reached 5,000 subscribers, which is so crazy to think about that just a year ago I only had 5,000 subscribers, because like now I have like 150,000. Like you guys are amazing. But yeah, there were a lot of things I was writing in that journal entry on that day last year where I just like, while I was grateful that I had 5,000 subscribers, I didn't really book any acting jobs. I didn't really book any modeling jobs, which was something that I was still kind of doing back then. I don't really do many modeling jobs now just because honestly, modeling is just so unfulfilling creatively and also just as a career. But yeah, things were just not going well for me last year, and it's just so crazy how things can change even like within a few months. I was gonna say it's so crazy how things can change in a year, but even within a few months, honestly. Oh my god. The moral of that story is that like you guys just have to stay motivated and you have to continue with what you really want to pursue, because I was going to quit acting last year. Like I never told anyone that except for maybe Haletta, but I was literally, I don't even think I told my parents, but I was literally going to quit acting. I was like, I cried. I was like, oh my god, like nothing is going for me. I'm not booking anything, and just things are just not going the way that I would like them to. I felt lost, and I was gonna quit. Which by the way is very, very common for actors. Like I know so many of my actor friends who have like quit quit in the past but like kept going, and now they're doing like really great things. But the moral of this segment of this Get Ready With Me is, if you really enjoy something and you really love doing something, just stick to it, because the longer you stick to it, the more, not only the more you will improve in your craft, but the more opportunities will arise. Because last year I didn't book a single acting job, but this year I've booked almost one acting job per month. So it's like, life really is a roller coaster. Like, good things are gonna happen and then bad things are gonna happen. When it rains, it pours. But if you're doing something that you really love doing, then that's not gonna matter. That's why I always tell people, like, if you want to become an actor, you really need to make sure that you love acting, and that you don't want to be an actor just because you want to be famous, or because you want to go to award shows and like do all this stuff. Because during those times where you're not doing anything, those are the most difficult times, and it's almost like a test, you know what I mean? I almost quit acting, but I loved it so much that I just kept going with it. And then like all these amazing things happened. So if you want to be an actor for the fame or whatever, go ahead and try doing that, but you will crash and burn. I guarantee you, you will not be happy whatsoever. So that's my advice to aspiring actors. Oh, now I'm taking my Anastasia Brow Powder Duo in chocolate, and I used to always take like the darker color, but now I've been using like the lighter color to shape them, and it just looks better and like more natural. But anyway, speaking of like being happy and like going for your dreams, how cool is it that BTS won the Billboard Music Awards like top social award? That is so cool, and I'm so proud of them. I'm not really like a BTS stan, but I did watch their show. And it's just crazy to see their come up, like coming to America and not knowing anyone, no one knows who they are, to like winning to being the first K-pop group to win an award. And honestly, I was really inspired by that. I think that may have had something to do with the way that I woke up this morning, because it just made me really happy to see them like on the red carpet and doing interviews, and you could see them radiating. They were so happy and excited, and I don't know, I just love watching people's dreams come true. So that was just really inspiring to watch. That probably had a lot to do with it, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, congratulations to them. I'm really happy for them. They just seem so genuinely happy, and that was really cool to watch. And I feel like I don't say this enough, but I do want to thank you guys so much for like liking my videos. Like, I've met 3 subscribers in person within the past month, like in the month of May, and I don't know, like I'm gonna cry, but like it's so good to know that like people really like my videos. I don't know why I'm crying, this is so stupid, but yeah, it's like they're all people who like look like me, and that's something that I didn't have myself when I was growing up. Like, no one in media looked like me, and so I kind of like struggled with like identity issues and stuff. So like 2 out of the 3 people that I've met previously were like, they're mixed, you know, and they love watching my videos. And I think it's really cool that there are people not only just in Los Angeles, but like people all around the world that like relate to me and relate to my struggles, and like find my videos really cool and fun. I'm rambling because I don't know what I'm talking about, because I'm getting really emotional right now, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching my videos and like just being here for me, because none of this would be possible without you guys. Like, I love you guys so much. I feel like I don't say that enough, but just know the love is there. It's so cool to see that I can impact people who are not just the same race that I am. And it's really cool that my videos can transcend race and ethnicity and culture. I think that's really cool. I need to get my eyebrows done, by the way. I always get my eyebrows done by Indian women or like South Asian women, because they thread eyebrows the best. I never go to anyone else. I don't trust anyone else with my eyebrows, but I need to get them redone again. Ooh, yeah, these need some work. I did want to address a few things, actually. Actually, I'm gonna go on a rant. Like, I really do like to keep my channel positive, like as positive as it can be, but sometimes, whatever, I'm just gonna go into a rant right now. I don't need to justify myself, I'm just gonna do it. Oh, by the way, this is the Glossier Boy Brow in black. Holy grail, y'all! But what I was saying is that comments. So as I like expand my brand, as I'm growing and gaining more subscribers and gaining more traction and attention, you know, I'm also attracting more negativity as well. Like the bigger you get, the more haters you're gonna get. It's just the more you grow, the more negativity you're gonna have to deal with. And I kind of knew that going into this profession or whatever, like going into acting and going into like making YouTube videos. But at first when I got negative comments, I kind of just brushed it off. I was like, I told myself like, oh, I don't really care, like whatever. But there's a certain point where the negative comments just come so frequently that you kind of have to stop pretending that you don't care. You know what I mean? I don't really think that any YouTuber truly doesn't care about mean things being said to them. You know what I mean? I don't think there's a single YouTuber that does that. I don't know what I'm saying or where I'm trying to go with this, but all I'm saying is that it's hard to deal with negative comments sometimes. And I've gotten a lot of negative comments, and the negative comments really started pouring in when when my channel started growing. Because like I said, you know, the more you grow, the more attention you get, the more negative attention you're also gonna get. And it's just, I don't know, it's so funny that there's like so many lovely comments on my videos, and I'm always like really happy that you guys spread positivity in the comment section. But then when there's one single negative comment, YouTubers break down. And I talk to my friends a lot about this. Like, they have so many positive comments, but there's that one negative comment that you just like focus on because you're like, oh. And I think it's kind of like we all have this natural instinct as humans, I suppose. No matter how many times people say, oh, I don't care what other people think. People care what other people think. That's just it. You just do. To an extent, though, because there are a lot of things that people comment that I'm like, I literally don't care about this. And actually, let me change the conversation to just that. By the way, I'm so bad at this. This is the Glossier Stretch Concealer in Dark. But anyway, to switch my rant off over here, people feel way too entitled to the way that people create videos. Like, commenters feel way too entitled to certain things. Like, not a single creator on the internet is going to create content that's 100% curated for you individually and only you. That's just, it's unrealistic to think that way. Something that I've noticed in my comments is that people complain about the smallest things that don't even matter, and they get so worked up about it. Like, I remember in my 10 shoes every girl must have video or whatever, some girl was like, oh, well, if this is a video based on your own personal style, then why is the video titled 10 shoes that every girl must have? Why isn't it titled 10 shoes that I think every girl must have that have the same personal style as I do? And I'm like, girl, it is not that serious. No one is, first of all, I'm not gonna title my video that way because it just doesn't make sense. That's way too long of a title. And two, people should just understand that whenever you consume content on the internet, it's going to be content based on that person's experience. So the 10 shoes that I think every girl must have is going to be different than the 10 shoes that Amber Scholl thinks that everyone must have. Me and Amber are best friends, but we have totally different styles, and I think that is pretty evident, and I think that shows. So, for example, she just uploaded like a casual lookbook. Her definition of casual is totally different than my definition of casual. And to complain about something like that is just, why? You know what I mean? No one in the world is going to have the same opinion as you, so what's the point of even complaining about it? I cannot multitask. This is the Perfect Hue palette by Stila, and I'm taking this Witty color, this one right here. It's actually a blush color, but I used it in my crease color. But anyway, as I was saying, one time someone commented on my video and they were like, can you stop doing the what's good? It's so, oh my god, it's so annoying. And I'm like, girl, if you really think that I'm going to change my whole personality just because you're annoyed by one single thing that doesn't even matter, I don't know how you're gonna function in the real world. You better just deal with it or you can stop watching. Like, I'm not gonna change my personality because one little thing annoyed you. And the funniest thing about it is that it's a thing that doesn't even matter. It's just a little quirk. It's a personality quirk. It doesn't affect your quality of life. It's a 1-second clip that I add to my videos. I can't believe that people complain about things like that. If you're gonna stop watching a creator because they say something that annoys you, then how do you treat your like personal relationships? Like, are you gonna stop being someone's friend because they have this quirk, this little quirk that annoys you? Like, my friends annoy me with their quirks all the time. They all have quirks that annoy me sometimes. For example, Haletta walks so slow. Whenever we're like out in public, she just walks so slow for no reason. I'm like, girl, like, what are you doing? Like, we need to get going. Like, why are you walking so slow for? But I'm not gonna stop being her friend because it annoys me that she walks slow. Like, that's just extreme. I'm friends with a person because I love them. Like, positive or negative, like, I love that person. Like, if you really love the content that someone's creating, but one little thing annoys you, just get over it. Like, it doesn't even matter. I would highly suggest you guys read the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. By the way, that's how I've been dealing with like all my negative comments, is like by reading that book, because like these comments don't matter, you know what I'm saying? But they still annoy me. And then I'm gonna take this, like, I don't know, is this like a gold color? But anyway, there are a lot of YouTube creators that I watch that like, they have some annoying quirks, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like, can you stop doing that? That's so annoying. Because it's like, it doesn't matter. No one is going to change their whole personality because one thing annoys you. Like, you're just gonna have to deal with it, girl. Or if it annoys you that much to where you have to comment about it, just stop watching it. Because no one is going to change their personality because of your one comment. But my point is that no one on the internet is going to create content that is 100% curated for you. That's just life. Not everything that your boyfriend does is going to be something that you're like. Not everything that your husband does is going to be something like you like. Not everything that your best friend does or your child or whatever. Not everything that everyone does is going to please you. And that's just a fact. So just embrace that people are different and embrace that there are going to be things that annoy you and just deal with it. Like, it's just, they don't matter, you know? Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is eyeliner, and I'm going to do this off camera because I need to get down like and do this eyeliner. But this is the Tarte Double Take eyeliner. I thought I would like this more than I do. It just doesn't work that well. I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in it, honestly. I kind of want to return it because it doesn't work. They're slightly different, but I just can't be bothered to really care at this point. Oh, another thing that I find funny, even though I've been talking about how like sometimes comments can affect me, I guarantee you that this comment that people comment on, like not only my videos, but like other people's videos too. Whenever someone comments, I dislike this video, I gave this video a thumbs down, I guarantee you that no YouTuber cares. Like, that is the one comment that I really don't care about. Like, I don't know if you guys think that you're like hurting our feelings or something, but like literally no one cares if you gave this video a thumbs down because you still interacted with the video. And I know how I started this video like with positivity, and now I'm like kind of going into like a rant about negativity. But another thing that subtle art of not giving a fuck has brought to the light, and it's so true, you cannot be positive all the time. It's just unrealistic. You have to allow yourself negativity sometimes and then just learn to embrace it after you've acknowledged it. My second episode of Asia the Asian Does Asian Things went viral in South Asia, like in Pakistan and India, where something grows, negativity follows it. So there's like a lot of negative comments under that video. And it's just so funny because a lot of these people that are calling me ignorant for not knowing how to eat Indian food are also being so ignorant themselves. One thing that I think that people don't realize, and I say this about everyone, this isn't just those people that commented on that video, and it also applies to me sometimes when I don't catch myself, is that not everyone is going to know the nuances of your culture. And I see a lot of people on Twitter that like complain like, this person didn't know about that, you're ignorant and uncultured. And it's just like, I've learned to like get over that real quick because not everyone is going to know the nuance of every culture. For example, like I saw this Twitter interaction with someone from Korea, and they didn't know that the language that they spoke in the Philippines was Tagalog. They didn't know that they were colonized by the Spanish and that they had some words that like are the same as Spanish. And one Filipino person was like, oh, well, how stupid are you to not know that the Philippines was colonized by the Spanish? And it's just because like this person has lived in Korea their entire life, and like if this wasn't taught in school, why would they even bother to know about the history of a country that they don't live in? You know what I mean? Another example is one of my Muslim friends. I don't know if she's comfortable with me like saying her name, but one of my Muslim friends, like, she got made fun of for not knowing that Jesus was born in a manger or whatever. And then she had to tell us, like, guys, I'm Muslim, like, why would I know about Christian mythology? Like, why would I know about Jesus and like how he was apparently born or something like that? And like, you just have to be mindful of the things that you do or don't know. Another example is when people are like fake woke. Like, I've noticed that this is a trend to be fake woke, like to pretend like you care about issues but you don't really care. You just want to seem like you're intelligent and educated. But Bretman Rock went to Coachella and he did like a face paint thing on his face, and someone who is neither from South Asia nor Filipino took his picture and was like, oh, well, Bretman Rock is wearing a bindi. If this was James Charles, you would be all over him or something like that. And what she didn't know is that Bretman didn't have a bindi. He was just doing the face paint that is similar to the indigenous face paint that they do in the Philippines, and that in the Philippines, we also have our own festivals and like parades and things like that, and people wear that type of stuff all the time. This isn't even a get ready with me anymore. I've just learned to stop trying to call out appropriation, especially when I don't know the nuances of every culture on the planet. A lot of South Asians in that video were commenting how, why are you eating this with a spoon? Like, I know now that masala dosa is supposed to be eaten with your hands. Like, I know that now, but Leanna and I are Filipino, and Filipinos eat their food with a spoon and a fork if they're not using their hands. So if they're not using their hands, they're usually using a spoon and a fork. So we were just eating the way that we were used to growing up. And I put in the intro of Asia the Asian Does Asian Things, the reason why I created this series is to not only celebrate, but to also learn about the diversity of Asian culture. This was my first time trying Indian food ever. Like, I learned a lot about Indian food just filming that video. So for people to be like, you're stupid, you didn't know that you're supposed to eat that with your hands, it's like, why else would I know something like that if I'm trying this for the first time? If this isn't my culture, I'm not going to know every nuance of that culture. I'm not going to know that I'm supposed to eat this particular dish with hands, because there's a lot of Indian dishes where you don't eat it with hands, you eat it with a spoon or with a fork. So it's like, if you're watching this, I really think that you should be more mindful before you call someone out for like appropriating or like for doing something that you think is ignorant, because no one is born completely woke. No one is born knowing everything about every culture. So it's a really big trend to call people out these days, but I just feel like if you don't know what you're talking about, just don't say anything at all. You know what I mean? By the way, this is NARS blush in Exhibit A. A lot of people ask me what blush I used in that video, and this is the one that I used. It's a really, really, I don't know, it looks really nice on my skin color. When I first saw this in Sephora, I was like, this is literally going to look crazy, but it looks really nice on my skin tone. There was another thing that I wanted to mention that people were saying on that video. What was it? Oh yeah, some people were saying like, oh, why do you cover your mouth when you're eating your food? That's so annoying. I don't know how it is in India or South Asian cultures, but in American culture, it's very, very impolite to talk with your mouth full. And if you do talk with your mouth full, you have to cover your mouth. That's just like in American culture, and I'm pretty sure like Western culture, like in European culture or whatever. My mom just texted me. She said, where are you? Take me to an Indian food restaurant. As I'm talking about this video, because I love Indian food so much. Like, I got some comments where people were like, they were asking why I haven't tried Indian food before, and the reason for that is very simple. For some reason, I just always had this preconceived notion that Indian food was really spicy, and that's still true. I still think that Indian food is spicy, but it's not like a hot spicy. It's more of like a spicy in that Indian food has a lot of spices. Like, Indians use a lot of spices in their food, but that doesn't make it necessarily like, my tongue is burning spicy. And if you know me at all, like if you've been a subscriber of my channel for a while, you know that I have like a 0 spice tolerance, because in the Philippines, we don't really have spicy food. Our food is either sweet or sour or salty. Like, we don't really have spicy food in the Philippines. So whenever I tell like other Asian people, like my Cambodian friends, whenever I tell them that I can't do well with spices, they're always like, well, you're Asian, like how can you not handle spices? And I'm like, girl, but I'm Filipino though. We don't have spicy food. You know, it's things like that, like those little things of every culture that I think that people should be a lot more mindful of. I've been feeling that way for a really long time, but the comments under that Indian food video really took me there. Like, now that I've said this and like I feel better about it and like saying it out loud, I'm not gonna look at the comments on that video anymore. Like, I've said what I had to say and y'all just gonna have to deal with it, but be more mindful of calling people out for being ignorant or uncultured, because not everyone's gonna know. This is the Smashbox contour palette. I'm using the contour color and I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit. Anyway, that's really the only thing that I wanted to rant about. I don't really have that much else to say. Other than thank you guys so much for like watching my videos. I'm like so grateful and thankful that I have like, I was talking to my mom about this actually, because she was reading some of the comments on my videos and she was like, your subscribers are really smart. And I'm just really glad that I was able to attract an audience that cares about the world and cares about like real issues, social issues and things like that. And just attracting an audience that is also smart and open-minded. I don't know, I really appreciate you guys as an audience. I know I don't verbalize it as much as I like would like to, but I love you guys so much and I'm glad that you're the audience that I have. Now I'm going to take my Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter in the color Kitten, and I'm just going to highlight right here on my cheekbones and also down the bridge of my nose. And yeah, I think, what lip color did I use? I don't even remember. Oh, I used this one. MAC lip pencil in Morning Coffee. Well, it's like 2. It's the lip pencil and also a lipstick, but I'm just gonna line my lips. And these 2 colors are like, they're almost my lip color, but better. You know, like the my lips but better trend. Oh, another thing that I want to mention, like this is just another thing that I remembered about like cultural nuances and calling out cultural appropriation, is when people go to that mosque in Dubai. I forgot what the mosque is called, but a lot of people go there and the dress code requires that women wear headscarves. And I see people getting called out for wearing headscarves at that mosque and calling it appropriation of hijab, which number 1, it's not hijab, it's just a headscarf, and 2, that's literally the rules of that mosque. Like, you're respecting the culture by following the rules. You're not disrespecting the culture by appropriating or whatever. So I just feel like a lot of people don't really know what they're talking about and they just want to come off as relevant and woke and educated, when really, if you don't really know what you're talking about, you should just not say anything, you know? But also, that's how you learn. I've learned a lot by misspeaking. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that I've said in the past where people have called me out on it, and then I learned, I'm like, oh shit. Okay, yeah, sure, that makes sense. Speak when you feel passionate about it, but also be open to learning when someone's telling you that you're wrong. Be open-minded when you're calling out people, because I see a lot of people call out cultural appropriation, but then they're not listening to people when they say that it's not. And this is the MAC Matte Lipstick in Taupe. I love this color. Anyway, that was a mess of a rant. That was a complete mess of a video. I'm really excited to go back through this footage and see how much I didn't make sense, but I just had to get that all off my chest. And I actually feel a lot better than I was before I filmed this video. And I don't know, I feel like the world's been lifted off my shoulders and I'm ready to take on my day, even though it is 2:30. But maybe I'll go eat some Indian food with my mom, because I ate Indian food yesterday, but I could go for Indian food again today. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Comment down below if you like Get Ready With Me videos like this, where I just like talk about a bunch of random shit. This was actually really fun for me. I don't know, I really enjoyed this. This is not something that I thought I would like to have on my channel, but I really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you like, if this is an addition to my channel that you would like to see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace!